will kick it away first. Fielded in the end zone, it's Cameron. Not nearly as much as he had hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15.
Johnny, why you turning the thing?
So Miami's will have some work to do after that short return. Here he comes, and any time this guy touches the ball, and he will touch it plenty, a bolt of electricity just goes through the stadium, David.
And they'll feature him. They'll give him
I
the
didn't
ball,
see
like
you
you
do
said,
nothing.
a lot early, often, and he's a guy that can make game-breaking plays. The offense is built around his ability to run the football, Jesse, and make big plays for this offense.
Yeah, he really shoulders the load, right, in more ways than one. The offense goes as this guy goes, so it's going to be important in this one. They get him going early and often.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. Looking downfield, it's King.
Shouldn't have been wrong.
Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be
already the same thing. Get his butt in there so he can read. Y'all got to read.
Maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Good job.
I don't know why he did. Now I bet you hope they're not watching TV because that's because they're not playing the game. Don't mean they get to watch TV. You don't get to watch TV or none of that before you read. No devices before you read.
They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's
Go over there. Don't try to come over here. Tell Kahari because Kahari's going to have to go over there too. See, that's why Kahari be the one stuck because you'll read over here and then he'll be over there not read.
Yeah, this coaching
where he could have been reading while you was reading.
Lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting him drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Running back searching for a hole.
So then when it's time for them to read, they can't read because Johnny over there playing the game because they didn't read. So now they got to be stuck. Because I don't want them to be watching TV over here with me. I'm not turning mine off because they didn't read.
Give to the running back.
When they be saying that Daddy let a Johnny get away with that. That's what Kahari be saying. He be saying Johnny gets away with it all the time. Okay, we're gonna see if he get away with it from now on.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. And you don't know how to
Didn't I go tell your brother to get him so he could read? He out there playing with Kulu, and that's what's going to get him where he won't be stuck and can't read again. He didn't read again.
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive, cap it out with a touchdown.
And they'll try to tack on 2.
Oh my God.
The give. Into the end zone for the 2, and they push that lead out to 8.
That way you can be done. You ain't got to worry about it. You ain't him going to sit there and read.
And the scoring play comes on a touchdown pass from 22 yards out. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Longhorns offense will go to work for the first time today. As dynamic as this guy is on the outside, Jesse, you know he's going to be peeking that way from the free safety position.
Yeah, he's been watching the film. This dude in the middle, man, he can light people up. So you can't tiptoe. You got to be aggressive and run in there. But this is a pretty interesting matchup today.
It don't matter. If you don't like to read, he got to read.
Them know they're going to be there over the middle of the field, and you better think twice about
I know what you're saying.
They make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter.
If I read faster than him, I would want to get him out the way. That way I know when I'm done this time, I don't have to wait for nobody.
Looking to pass, it's Daly. Getting some heat.
Yes, he is. He gonna read. He know how to read when he's supposed to read.
When you play backer at Miami, you got to bring some
Especially if you're watching him, he ain't got no choice but to read. He can't say he did read. If he ain't reading, you standing right there.
That's what you need at the linebacker spot. Miami's found a few of those guys over the years.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
This is a tough part of the field. You want to try to create some space and give yourself an opportunity not to throw out of your own end zone. They didn't hold up in protection. They give up the sack, but thank goodness they didn't give up a safety.
The Longhorns decide to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Had to hurry the punt a bit, but gets great distance. Running it back, it's Branch. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he's stopped. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run.
Sorry, read and quit playing.
I can't give them everything.
Oh, okay. I thought you was going to listen to read.
They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Sit there and listen. If he doesn't let you read, then sit down and listen. Johnny, let him read first before you start. That way he can get him out the way. Because I don't want to keep hearing you talk about he ain't read.
Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has
That's exactly what you're going to do. When you finish reading, you're going to be on him. Come on, man. Hurry up.
On the D-line.
Exactly what you're going to do. As soon as you find out that he ain't reading, exactly what you're going to do. So let him read first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down.
So,
looking for a gap. It's Gordon. Trucks through the defender. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. And the Canes have it with a 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. Headed to the end zone.
What my family says,
He'll take it all
that
the
your
way.
ass
Touchdown, Canes. Establishing this lead.
Yeah, it's beef. It's beef. You make it beef. They be in their own world doing what they do. And then you make it beef. Now they got problems. Now they hitting you to the knee, like you said, bitch.
Right.
Rolling off. What book is that?
They'll try to add another to their lead.
Reckless girl. Are you reading that?
And with the extra point, they move on top by 15. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished it with a beautiful 15-yard run for the score.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16.
How you said it happened?
Here comes the Texas offense. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, Dave?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide.
He be putting them on his head at nighttime when he be sleeping.
Turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You've got to be so smart. If you're going to be aggressive in your decision making.
They is. I know, but they is. He always be around him on his head. And they got 3 of them things sitting right there.
Time to get one more snap before the half.
Where's he at? Can you hear him?
Dropping back, it's Daly. Throwing right. Can't make the connection. Incomplete.
Why you not facing me?
1 second remains.
I love it.
Y'all know what time it is. Stop playing.
Go to the half, whatever, man.
Then you gonna say you can't hear him, but you're not even facing him.
I'm gonna try to do it. I like the offense chucked it up, but you know, an incompletion, who cares?
Going for it all.
But I'm saying, how you gonna hear him if you ain't even facing him?
It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang
Huh?
and couldn't quite connect.
But Johnny, you was looking at the TV. You wasn't even facing him. How you gonna know what he's saying if you're not even facing him?
We're ready to get it started here in the second half.
But
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And the returner will
drink
be
ball, only
brought
drink
down.
one.
The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
Yeah, and man, you talk about being down at the half. What's one thing I need to do? I got to protect my quarterback. In the first series here now, you're getting your quarterback hit and taken to the ground. This offense has to protect that dude at all costs.
They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Now the play fake. Throws to the tight end. Got him downfield. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line.
I know it's something we take for granted, guys, but the Q did a great job there with the play-action fake. He really took his time and sold it, and that's what throw.
He smashes his way through again. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Handoff from the gun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
That is a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting the back.
don't like Washington.
Play.
Got his man in the middle. Ripping off a
Pushed him
good
forward,
chunk
nigga.
inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
Yeah, I
Pushed
love
him
that the
forward.
QB understood. I'm going to put some stank on this. I'm going to throw it as hard as I can quickly, right when he's breaking out of that curl. Nice job getting it to him quick so he could get a first down.
They'll keep it on the ground. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorn! Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
Too late. You know what thing that one thing they all got in common. The one thing they all got in common is that they all trying to tell you that you can do it without driving.
And with the extra point, every little
Exactly
bit
what they all
counts as they
do.
get
Most of
closer.
them tell you the drinks they'll tell you to take. They try to tell you you do it, drink those drinks without driving exercise. That's the #1 selling point they try to use.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the
You know what I'm saying?
25.
They're saying use this,
And here comes that
use
Miami
this,
offense back
and you don't
onto
have
the
to
field.
work out. That's what they
They've been
basically
clicking
trying to
along
say.
nicely, Jesse, but
You
they
know what I'm
have to
saying? Like,
make
you don't have to
sure
put
they
in that
keep
hard
it up.
work that you
Yeah,
see
they
people
got to
put
wake
in.
up. It seems like
Yeah.
they've been a bit
You just
lackadaisical
take this
here
little
the last
pill,
few
take
drives,
this
maybe
little
as we've seen
vial,
this
or
lead
whatever, you
dwindle
know.
a little bit, David, so they need a bit of a spark here
It's a
to get that
conjunction
mojo
of
back.
things.
Yeah,
Not
and
just
you always
one
have
thing.
the adjustments, and then your opponent adjusts, and now they got to readjust now
They
because this
make it
game's
seem
getting
like,
a
oh,
little
it's just
bit
that one
tighter
thing.
than they liked.
Steamrolls his way ahead. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Miami 15, Texas 7.
Everything that's just your life should be history of your liberation. Lord, it's a vast game. History.
First down to start the drive after the break. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
Actual symptoms.
They go to the ground. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
RAs, I've been hearing about it more and more. Like, my hand was tingling, nigga, for years. I always thought that meant I'm going to give me some money, so I ain't think nothing of it.
At the 35, he's loose. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
It's getting older, nigga. I be telling you, I be thinking about that shit too, though. I'm about to start back rushing.
The Hurricanes come to the line with a
keep your
fresh
ass
set
if
of
you got
downs.
some type of something going on. That strength.
Wants to
What
throw
you
on
do with that
first
strength,
down.
it's over.
And he
But that's when
reels it
everything
in
started
for a
deteriorating.
touchdown, and that just might seal
Everything.
it.
And, you know, late
People
in the games,
got to do shit for you and all that. That's when shit started to deteriorate. Like, damn, I can't even pick that up like I used to. You know what I'm saying?
Added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
That's when you know it's over.
Lining up for the PAT.
Hey, Johnny, why you not looking on him? You keep trying to look at the TV. Ain't nothing on the TV but the clock you're supposed to be looking for.
So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they closed the deal with a 20-yard pass for 6. On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Just a short pass to the tight end. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him too. Back to throw, it's Daly. They're bringing heat. Gets rid of it. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
When you're down like this late in the game in a
just
two-minute
kinda
situation,
threw it
you're
off
going
a
to
little
have to take
bit,
some
so
risks. They're very lucky that last throw, though, was not intercepted.
Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Throws to the back. They're working that left side. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game.
Johnny, how you expect to listen, hear him read, and you up there clapping like a seal?
You're working the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Got his man. Nice pickup there. Gets him the
Does that make any
first down and
sense?
sets him up at the 45-yard line. Sprinting to the
Then you're going to
line,
be saying, I didn't hear him read. He was playing, but you playing. Yeah, that's considered playing too.
Looking to throw it again. Pressure coming. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
There's a great example of living to play.
They'd be trying to say that Kahari didn't read. You know what I mean? Kahari was playing.
On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. And And the pressure
All right, be like,
gets
well,
to
you
him.
be
Now
playing.
goes the quarterback. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third
Oh.
down play. Clock running. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play.
The fire.
After that incompletion,
What
fourth
about
and
it?
long now on your own side of the field, you're trailing in
Who?
the fourth quarter. What's your
How you know
go-to
she took
play
it off?
call here in the passing game? Where's the matchup that you trust in to come up with a big one to give yourself a chance to stay alive and win this game?
He is stopped short at the line of the game. The fourth down try goes awry, and that might just do it. The offense lining up for a first down
Say I
play.
shouldn't hear no TV out there, and I shouldn't hear nothing on in here yet.
Leaves it with the running back. At the 45 on its way.
I was
Timeout
damn,
called there
damn.
by the
I said I knew I
defense.
shouldn't have heard no phone, hear no music,
This guy's been
like TV or
special
something.
today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles. Well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here late.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Finds the tight end. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
A nice job by the defense there.
Come on, man. Nobody want to hear the stupid stuff. I don't know where y'all keep getting it from.
Find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage.
I done told him that already. I said, you laughing about stuff that got them thinking it's cool. Like last night, I was trying to tell them all to be quiet. They kept being loud. If I'd have whooped them, then you would have woke up definitely, for sure.
Points on the board. I mean, the scoreboard operator needs to work out too, right?
Yeah, and I guess
Point is big. I guess they're supposed to be respecting me, like, whether I'm here or not. So I told them, I'm sitting right here. Goddamn, I can see if I wasn't here. I can imagine how y'all be when I'm not here. Shit, if I'm sitting right here listening to this shit.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
Yeah, but y'all still was being loud, laughing, and like it was a joke, thinking everything was funny. Yes, y'all both was. Johnny, I had to tell you, and I had to tell her, I bet not hear nothing else. It got to that point. I said, I bet not hear nothing else. I put my arm out and everything. So I'm about to pop one of y'all, whoever think it's a game. I did it to Kahari first because Kahari kept bringing up this little goofy shit about something over and over again. Right. And I told you this ain't the time for that.
Well, this might be an opportunity
to be laughing about that.
Watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David.
So you laugh about that in the morning time. Because right now you're being loud and you're being silly and you're not controlling yourself.
Back to have a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when
you know what I'm saying? You want to laugh loud
to figure out what your offense is going
and be belligerent. You know what I mean? I'm like, nah, you're not going to be laughing and being loud and belligerent in here while she's trying to sleep. Same thing you be telling them when I be trying to sleep. Like, y'all ain't gonna, why y'all be in here making all this noise when y'all know y'all dad in here sleep? Like, yeah, because they want to get kicked out. That's really what it is. They really asking to get kicked out.
Looking to throw, it's Daly. And that one's too high and too wide, out of bounds.
They're begging us, saying, Mom, Dad, kick us out. Please kick us out.
Fires toward the end zone. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted.
It's 42, man. Got your eyes, 42.
Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them. An absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated.
What about a 4-year degree?
Right from the opening kick.
No, I never went to college.
Spectacular football.
I told you that. I didn't even pass.
Mistakes, David. You really can't play better.
Yeah, I was in jail. I got my GED in jail. Never got. I didn't go for a degree or a doctorate or nothing like that.
You just know you're better. You're going to do you. put up a bunch of points and win by a lot.
But I got a doctorate mind,
That's
so
gonna do it for us.
it's
For
just the
Jesse Palmer,
same, not
David
the same
Pollack,
because they
our
had to take the
broadcast team,
discipline.
I'm Reese Davis.
But I
This
took the
has been
discipline
another
and
presentation
understood
of EA
the
Sports
principles
College
behind the
Football.
discipline and applied that to my own search instead of allowing somebody to dictate my search. You understand? Because most people allow other people to dictate their search. And then they fall on their degree because they can prove that they went through a certain type of, don't close my door. Leave my door. Russ?
At first I thought it was not empty camera. They're so out loud. I can't stand this one.
Where you hear that? Angelina? Where?
I'm reading.
Dogs, no, go over there with them.
I'm reading tomorrow.
Don't try it. Go over there with them. What I just tell you? They all read. Y'all all read together. I'm getting tired of this. Let's try to read over here separate. I had just told y'all and got y'all back to reading together. Now y'all all back reading over here and over there. This time, that time, when y'all supposed to all be up. If y'all all up, ain't no sense in y'all not all reading them. Do that on that wall right there. Look down. Aren't you supposed to be reading? Why you up playing and walking around? The show stopped when you stop reading. How he done? He ain't been reading. He read for the whole 40 minutes. That baby, has it been 40 minutes? See how they be trying to play with us, man? John, you cold.